protect ourselves. The Cabinet is pleased that more people continue to choose vaccination as their first line of defense against COVID-19 after recent statistics show that we have reached the milestone of over 50% of adult vaccination in 5 provinces. Cabinet calls on those who have not yet been vaccinated to do so to protect themselves and their loved ones. We should also continue to adhere to, to all COVID-19 prevention protocols, including the wearing of a mask that covers both the nose and mouth, washing hands with water and soap, or using a 70% alcohol-based hand sanitizer and keeping a safe social distance of at least 1 meter. On the social relief of distress, which is SRD commonly referred to, Cabinet encouraged citizens receiving the 350 SRD grant to reapply following the introduction of the new regulations governing application and eligibility for the grant. Application can be lodged on the South African Social Security Agency SASSA website. The application system opened on 23rd April 2022 and is fully digital process to enable quick turnaround times. The relief grant is an important safety net for needy families who would otherwise be devastated by the scourge of poverty and unemployment. Government is committed to provide social assistance to the most vulnerable so that they can meet their basic needs. Safety and security. Cabinet continues to condemn the senseless killing of women and has welcomed the swift response by law enforcement officers in arresting suspects in connection with the death of Ms. Hilary Gadi of Kamagugu in Mpumalanga. Cabinet further condemned the killing of 6 people in Khayelitsha, Cape Town. These senseless murders are a reminder that we must do more as a society to end violence and gender-based violence and femicide. Cabinet urged all people in the country to work with the government in the fight against crime on GBVF. Together we can ensure that our communities and streets are safer for all, including the elderly, women and children. In the economic area, Cabinet welcomed the official opening of Koro Brick, Kwastina Brick Manufacturing Factory at Driefontein in Gauteng by President Ramaphosa on Wednesday, 4 May 2022. The state-of-the-art factory forms part of an 800 million investment, which goes hand in hand with a further 200 million earmarked to expand Koro Brick concrete operations in KwaZulu-Natal. Koro Brick is one of several local businesses that have responded to President Ramaphosa's call on South African and international enterprise to invest in this country. Cabinet noted that fledgling hydrogen economy has been given a boost with the launch of a hydrogen-powered truck by Anglo American. The truck, which was converted from diesel to hydrogen and is powered in part by lithium-ion batteries, is a world first. The hydrogen economy has been identified as a strategic priority for our country's green economy and to drive economic growth and employment. Cabinet also welcomed a further investment into our economy by an Irish food company, the Kerry Group, which has opened a new 650 million plant in Hammersdale, KwaZulu-Natal, aimed at producing sustainable food for the continent. The plant is unique as it boasts numerous sustainability features, including low energy usage equipment, solar power generation to reduce consumption from the local grid, waste, heat capture, and efficient water reuse and reduction. The Kerry Group has had a presence in South Africa since 2011, and their further investment is a sign that South Africa remains an investment destination of choice. These investments follow in the footsteps of the launch of the locally manufactured Isuzu D-Max Park in Gqeberha in Eastern Cape last month. The new generation D-Max crowns Isuzu's commitment to South Africa and is one of the successes achieved under the Automotive Production Development Program. The ADBP is production's incentive scheme for motor industry aimed at promoting production volumes in the specified motor vehicle industry, promoting added value in the automotive component industry, thus creating employment across the automotive value chain. Approximately 2.8 billion will be generated in local content production value through the lifestyle of ADBP, which is automotive industry. Investment will secure more than 1,000 direct jobs at the plant and indirectly employ 24,000 people, contributing significantly to community upliftment in the region. Regarding mining in Indaba, the Investing in South African Mining in Indaba 22 held at the Cape Town International Convention Center from 9 to 12 May 22 is one of the biggest platforms for engagement and collaboration between all stakeholders in the mining industry. The theme of the event was, open quote, evolution of Africa mining, investing in the energy transition, ESG and the economies, close quotes. Cabinet is confident that the mining industry will assist in showcasing and promoting South Africa as an investment destination of choice. South Africa welcomes investments into our country and is committed to creating favorable conditions for inclusive growth and transformation of the economy. On the international space and regional relations, Cabinet also welcomed President Ramaphosa's recent interactions with President Joe Biden of the United States, President Emmanuel Macron of France, and President Hakainde Hichilema of Zambia on different platforms. These engagements allow the President to strengthen the bilateral relations and cooperation between South Africa and partner states on key regional and international issues, including finding a peaceful solution to the conflict in Ukraine. Cabinet decisions. First one is on the budget votes. Cabinet called on all citizens to follow the various budget votes by national government department and president so that they can hold government to account. During the budget vote, all departments give a detailed account of their plans and priorities for the year. Budget votes, ladies and gentlemen, seek to ensure that public funds are spent efficiently in meeting the needs of the public. They also provide the ideal platform for ministers to further unpack the work of government, including successes and challenges. On the area of liquefied petroleum gas, Cabinet approved the LPG rollout strategy for implementation, which was published for public consultation in March 2022. The strategy seeks to expand the LPG industry in the country. The LPG will contribute meaningfully to the diversification of sources of energy. The strategy will, amongst other interventions, regulate the pricing in the value chain and support the manufacturing of LPG cylinders in the country. It will also educate the public about the benefits of using LPG as an alternative form of energy. It will be accessible after it has been published by the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy. On the National Strategic Framework on Disability Rights Awareness Raising Campaign for Persons with Disability, Cabinet approved the National Strategic Framework on Disability Rights Awareness Raising Campaign for Persons with Disability. The framework seeks to guide both private and public sectors in ensuring the rights of persons with disabilities are protected as enshrined in the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa of 1996. The framework provides a toolkit that will assist in the removal of discriminatory barriers in decision-making, especially those related to persons with disability. It is also conscientious persons with disabilities to know their rights as protected by the Constitution. The framework also provides training, media reporting, and awareness raising within society on the rights of persons with disability. It gives effect to the white paper on the rights of persons with disabilities. South Africa is signatory to United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability and the United Nations Protocol to the African Charter on Human Rights and People's Rights on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. The framework was consulted with all relevant stakeholders, including the National Economic Development and Labor Council. On the Land Administration and Land Tenure Communal Area Summit, Cabinet approved the hosting of the Land Administration and Land Tenure in Communal Area Summit on Friday 27 and Saturday 28 May 2022 in Gauteng. Cabinet adopted the position paper on land administration and land tenure in communal land areas in March 2021. It directed that further consultation be undertaken with all relevant stakeholders. The summit will be the culmination of the work that was done in the past year, which solicited inputs from various stakeholders. When it gets to the upcoming events, the 5th Global Conference on the Eradication of Child Labor. South Africa will host the 5th Global Conference on the Eradication of Child Labor at the Durban International Convention Center in KwaZulu-Natal from Sunday 15 to Friday 20th May 2022. It is the first time the International Labour Organization hosts this conference in Africa. Heads of state, 120 ministers, tripartite constituents of 187 member countries of the ILO, UN agencies, academic institutions, civil society organizations, non-governmental organizations, media, and civil society are expected to attend the conference. The event will also allow South Africa to bring to the fore the country's constitution as it protects the right of children. The country will engage with the different countries that are ahead of us in eliminating child labor and learn from them. On the district development model presidential imbizo, the president will hold a district development model presidential imbizo in Mpumalanga on Friday, the 20th May 2022, under the theme, Leave No One Behind. As an important public participation platform, the imbizo allow the president to directly engage various stakeholders, especially rural communities, and to listen to their issues and challenges with the aim to address them. The DDM presidential imbizo aims to unlock blockages to integrated service delivery and promote public participation in line with DDM. South Africans can follow and participate in discussions on social media under the hashtag #presidentialimbizo. On the Africa Month, the commemoration of the annual Africa Month and Africa Day on Wednesday, 25th May, is being celebrated under the theme, open quote, the year of nutrition, strengthening resilience in nutrition and food security on the African continent, close quotes, as part of the long-term vision set out in Agenda 2063, which is Africa's development blueprint to achieve inclusive and sustainable socio-economic development over 50 years. The theme focuses on the potential of the people of Africa with an emphasis in women, adolescents, and children. This is key for development as it leads to improved lives of people, of individuals, higher earnings, and improved incomes for countries. A notable highlight in Africa Month celebration is Africa Communications Week, which will be held at Constitutional Hill in Joburg from 23 to 27 May. After Africa Month, ladies and gentlemen, is an opportunity to promote African unity and deeper regional integration and to recommit Africa to common destiny. Cabinet reminds everyone that our national interests are intrinsically linked to Africa's stability, unity, and prosperity. Special messages on condolences. Cabinet expressed condolences to the family and friends of Ms. Pindile Xaba, who had a long and illustrious career in the media industry, both in South Africa and abroad. She worked tirelessly for the betterment of our country. Ambassador Silumko Sokupa, 74-year-old who served the State Security Agency in various capacities over his long and illustrious career in the public service. Professor Francis Wilson, 83 years of age, an acclaimed economist and founder of Southern African Labor and Development Research Unit. In the area of appointments, the Cabinet would congratulate the appointments of the following: Dr. Kesavan Naidu as Deputy Director General, Institutional Development at the Department of Cooperative Governance, Mr. Siposihle Emmanuel Hlomoka as DDG Local Government Support in Intervention Management at DCOC, Mr. Risima Patrick Mtia as DDG Water and Sanitation Service Management at Department of Water and Sanitation, Mr. Colin Kolani Zwane as DDG Regulation, Compliance and Enforcement at the Water Department, Mr. Melangton Makube as DDG Social Governance, Assurance and Performance at the Department of Public Enterprise, State-Owned Companies. Cabinet, my apology, DDG State-Owned Company Governance, Assurance and Performance at the Department of Public Enterprise, my apology. Cabinet concurred with the ministers on the following appointments: Mr. Beguise Matthews Kenisa as Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Joy Keladi Masemula as Chief Financial Officer of HDA, Dr. Cornelius Reuters as CEO of Lepile Northern Water. There is also a list of the members of the board there, which I'm not going to read. And thank you, TG. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Minister. I'm hoping Ishmael and Peliswa will assist me with the questions. Do we have any questions on the platform for the Minister?
Thank you, DG. So far, we have one question from Kulekani Magubani from FIN24. Minister, what is going to be done about the census and the Western Cape and the low response rate there? A census that can't count the population is of little use. A budget on state essay was tabled yesterday, and this is a challenge. This challenge was not even mentioned. There's another question, DG, which came in from Paul Becciato from Bloomberg. When will the gas master plan be released to the public? That's the two questions for now, DG. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ishmael. Minister, those are the two questions. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I think to Magubane, if I remember well, I'm the one who was presenting the budget. We did express, as we were giving the interim report of how the census ensued, we did reflect on the state of the Western Cape. And what is going to be done to the Western Cape? Let's await the completion of the entire process, the report, quality assurance, and the implications of those who actually responded, and what are the implications for the country, its economy, its resources. Let's allow that process to go, because the State South Africa Council still has to do its oversight on the work that the department has done. The series of experts, batteries, are still going to be used to check the quality, whether it meets the international standards. When all those exercises are done, we will be able then to actually make an informed status, with an informed view with regard to what is going to happen to the Western Cape. On the last question, I'm not in a position to answer that question. I think I need facts on that. And then we'll come later and actually respond to you.
Thank you. Any questions from the WhatsApp group?
Yes, DG, thank you. We have two questions. The first one is from Anton Meyer from Pretoria FM. Minister, did the cabinet forget about taking a decision about the e-tolls system? Last year, it was said that a decision is imminent. Is there still a stalemate between Treasury and Transport? The next question is from Terence Creamer, Engineering News. Did Cabinet deliberate on the intensifying load shedding crisis, the red tape that remains in the way of new private generation, and the delays to the procurement of new generation by DMRE? That's all the questions, DG. Thank you.
Can you repeat the question of Martin Creamer after the toll gate? No, it's not the toll gate. Just repeat Martin Creamer. I think I've lost something there.
Okay. Okay, Minister. Terence Creamer from Engineering News. Minister.
Oh, Terence.
Yes, it's Terence Creamer from Engineering News. Did Cabinet deliberate on the intensifying load shedding crisis, the red tape that remains in the way of new private generation, and the delays to the procurement of the new generation by DMRE?
Thank you. Are we done?
Yes, Minister. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There is no decision that has been taken about the toll system, because that was not actually tabled before the cabinet. And I have no doubt, until the work that the colleagues are doing in their respective department in a collaborative way is complete. This is not an easy matter, because remember, we are talking about the people who are about the country crying about the cost implication of being subjected to the system. At the same time, the money Central owes and how it affects the balance sheet, and Central remaining as a chosen agency for our quality road network. So it's taking into account all those factors that a proper decision is taken, so that when it is taken, it's a decision that will stand the test of time. But it was not done there because that was not presented. And the Terence, if I heard, he spoke about the energy generation. All what I can say there, we are doing a number of interventions. Remember the ceiling up to 100 megawatts afforded a lot of private people to come to the fore. The speed at which that is moving is not a really exciting one, but we are still looking at all the obstacles, if there are any, that could make private sector to take advantage of that opportunity. And I thought that was the question. If I've left out on Terence, he can come back.
Thanks, Minister. I think we'll entertain the last round. I think there is some 3 minutes. They don't have to be there. Are there any questions? Peliswa?
We don't have questions for now, but
Okay.
someone is typing on the group, but there are no questions at the moment.
Okay then. Let me take this opportunity to thank the minister and thank the members of the media who joined the platform, and we stand to adjourn. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.